Hello and welcome to our monthly energy, astrology, and intuition call. Thank you for zooming in person or for watching this later on YouTube. We are all connected in this eternal now moment. My name is Mary Beth Wollenschlager, and I am the founder of Love Your Life in Sync. At Love Your Life in Sync, we share heart harmonizing tools to help you better connect and understand possibly the greatest stress management tool ever, your own heart. Learning how to shift to the heart and reset to balance or a more neutral place can be a great energy saver. We also offer astrology classes and readings to help you become more self-aware and learn how to work with your heart so you can make choices that support the life you want to live. I'm so happy that you are here tonight because together we're going to attune to the energies of Libra and the beauty of balance. Our intention for this presentation is to get in sync with the Libra energies, which will be arriving on the planet this Saturday, September 23rd, the autumnal equinox, when day and night are equal. So it's no wonder that Libra loves balance. Libra energy is also about relating. Libra wants to know, what do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to eat? What restaurant do you want to go to? Libra is the seventh sign of the natural zodiac, which begins with Aries, because there are 12 signs in the zodiac, and since Aries is the first, Libra, being the seventh sign, is exactly opposite to Aries. Both are cardinal signs, meaning they like to initiate things, but Aries is a fire sign and Libra is an air sign. So there are definitely differences between the two. Aries heralds in the spring season and Libra the fall season. The sun, in terms of astrology, represents who we are at our core, our essence. That's why so many people identify as their sun sign. It's who you are at your core. So if you were born during Libra season, which this year is September 23rd to October 23rd, you identify as a Libra. Now, the sun in the natural world starts getting stronger in the spring, and then it gets a little bit weaker in the fall as we begin to have less daylight. That's a clue for understanding some of the differences between Aries and Libra. It's no wonder that Aries is concerned with the self, as during Aries season, the sun is getting stronger. In Aries, the self is also strong. With fall and Libra season, the sun is starting to diminish. So Libra is more concerned with others than with its own self. But Libra knows that that can be taken too far, which is why harmonious Libra is always seeking the beauty of balance. During our call tonight, we'll be putting our energy into understanding the qualities of Libra. This will activate them more strongly in our lives, meaning we'll be on the lookout for them and we'll be apt to notice the Libra energy when it shows up. So we'll be prepared for it, something astrology helps us with by paying attention to the patterns in nature and up in the sky. Astrology helps us to be seasonal. Astrology is guidance from above, from the heavens. Astrology is also a language that can seem rather complicated at times, but if you break it down and start slowly, it can provide some interesting insights and self-awarenesses that may have practical use in your life. For example, not only is the autumnal equinox upon us this month, But soon, on October 14th, we will have a new moon and also a solar eclipse. Now, back in the day, a solar eclipse, meaning the sun is eclipsed or blocked out by the moon, was a pretty terrifying experience. Can you imagine having the sky go black in the middle of the day and not knowing why? So it's easy to understand why back then they thought it was some sort of an omen and certainly not a good one. Today we understand a bit more. And while we don't feel we have lost the sun forever, an eclipse can mark the beginning of a change in our lives. Its significance will depend on where the eclipse falls in our birth chart and if it's connecting with other planets. Say it's connecting with Venus, for example. If Venus is involved, it may affect our love life or our values in some way. Each of us will experience the eclipse differently, but we will all experience it on some level. Being aware of this can help you prepare. And October 14th, because it is the eclipse, it will probably be a great day to practice shifting to the heart for a balanced reset. Maintaining equanimity, a Libra trait of calmness during an upset, will not only help you, but it will help those around you. So these two things, self-awareness from astrology and our hearts, they go together like shorter days and cooler nights in Libra season. Heart harmonizing and astrology just work together. During our presentation, we'll have a few opportunities to connect with our heart, to shift and reset to balance. So let's do that right now. Let's warm up our hearts with a heart harmonizing practice. If you feel comfortable, please close your eyes to minimize distractions, and you can put on your hand on your heart if that feels good. Focus your attention in the area of the heart. Imagine your breath is flowing a little slower and a little deeper as you imagine your breath flowing in and out of the heart. Finding a comfortable rhythm with equal inhales and equal exhales. Equal inhales and exhales help soothe the nervous system. Once you have a nice rhythm, think of something that makes you smile. Think of something that makes your heart sing. And let your body feel that song. Let your body soften. Let your heart smile. And activate a beautiful heart quality for Libra season, the quality of balance. Balance and inner ease. Just soften and take the rough edges of life off as you continue this heart-focused breathing. Breathing balance to your whole body. From the top of your head to the tip of your toes. From skin to bone and bone to skin. Breathe balance. Balance and inner ease. And now, imagine your heart like a little sun radiating this balance and inner ease to not only your whole body, but the space you are sitting in. Let the room you're sitting in be filled with balance and inner ease. Our hearts have an electromagnetic frequency that radiates out 3 to 5 feet beyond our bodies and possibly much, much, much further. So radiate that inner ease and balance, not only to the room you're in, but to your entire home. And then let it start to seep out beyond your 4 walls into your neighborhood. Blessing your neighbors with balance and inner ease. Imagine that your frequency and vibration, your intention of inner ease and balance, it's like you just dropped it into a pond and see it rippling out beyond your neighborhood to cover the entire state you live in. See it spreading across our country, across the North American continent. Inner ease and balance. Traveling across the entire globe, from North Pole to South Pole, until the entire globe is vibrating with our intention right now of inner peace and balance. Then imagine it going deeper, going deep into the oceans, into the earth, right to the core of Mother Earth. And at the same time, imagine inner ease and balance radiating out off of the planet into the universe, reaching for the stars, the galaxies, reaching to the multiverse, broadcasting far and wide. And at this moment, as we broadcast as far and as wide as we can, if there's anyone in particular that you're aware of, maybe a loved one, maybe a group of people, maybe a specific area that you would like to share specifically, more balance, more inner ease, just bring that area or those people to mind and give them a little extra intention, a little extra vibration. At the same time, you continue radiating all the way out through the multiverse, through all dimensions, time and space. Let's take another couple of breaths here for a moment. And let's start now to draw our broadcast back. Let's bring it back to our planet, Mother Earth. Thanking Mother Earth for all the balance, all the ease she provides us, the home she provides us with. And start to draw the broadcast back even further to our country. Blessing our country with everything that's going on, all the struggles, all the political upsets. Just radiate some inner peace and balance to all the politicians and all those supporting the politicians, and to every man, woman, and child in our country, radiating inner balance and peace, ease. And then let's start to bring it back to our own homes, into the rooms we're in. And let's share it with each other for a moment, all those on the Zoom call and all those that will be watching in the future on YouTube. We are all connected in this eternal now moment. So just by intending to connect with those in the so-called future, we radiate inner ease, harmony, and receive it back. Take another nice breath and know that all that you've sent out, you are also receiving back. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring yourself back to the physical space you're sitting in. And we'll continue with tonight's presentation. Libra, a cardinal sign, meaning first. Libras like to start things, especially in their minds, because, well, Libra is an air sign, and air sign represents our intellectual and our mental energy. Libra is perhaps one of the most harmonizing signs of the zodiac. Libra wants everyone to get along, and Libra, being ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, of course likes things to be aesthetically pleasing. Libra is the answer to analytical Virgo because Libra follows Virgo. Virgo just wanted the facts, but Virgo wanted all of the facts. And Libra knows there's a way to present the facts that is pleasing and more likely to be received. This may mean not all the facts are shared, and Libra will know how to arrange them in a way that is appealing. Libra knows this approach will go much farther than just throwing all the data down and leaving it up to those who are reading it or receiving it to make sense of it. Libra appreciates airtime, so to speak. Libras often make good orators and diplomats. You can see in this photo the lightness and the ease that air brings to this yoga pose. It's not only beautiful and in balance, but it looks effortless, although I'm sure it is not. Taurus is another Venus-ruled sign, but Taurus is an earth sign. Both signs appreciate beauty because of that Venus connection, but in different forms. While Taurus would be drawn to a beautiful bouquet of flowers it can touch and smell, Libra might find greater beauty and appreciation in a painting of a bouquet of flowers. Because Libra could use its own intellect to imagine what the flowers smell like and feel like. And of course, the painting will endure much longer than the real thing. Two different perspectives on beauty. It's what makes each of us unique and appreciate different things. Some key words for Libra. Some of them we've mentioned already. Harmony and justice. We haven't mentioned justice yet. The symbol for Libra is the scales, and the scales were first invented in Egypt. They were a form of technology to ensure fairness or justice when one was purchasing something. Libra, symbolized by the scales, is considered to be one of the human signs of astrology, along with the other air signs Gemini, the twins, and Aquarius, the water bearer, plus Virgo, the virgin. All of the other signs are associated with animals. We could think of the rest of these words as being associated with humans. Compromise, giving and receiving, allowing for and accepting differences. Although I think sometimes animals might be better at some of these than we are. Both and rather than either or would be a Libra way of including everyone, being fair, making sure there's equality, that everyone's heard. Libra is often perceived of as having a cool head. While the opposite sign, Aries, can sometimes, fairly or not, be thought of as a hothead, given its fiery nature. Therefore, Libras are usually quite good at equanimity, keeping a level head in the face of an emergency. Libras will generally prefer peace, and thus they make good diplomats, as mentioned earlier. But they are also very interested in relationships and relating, whether that's to another person, their job, where they live. Good hairstylists usually have the strong Libra traits of being able to create beauty through hairstyles, but also being very good listeners and relating to their clients. In fact, I've often thought they should be called hairstyle therapists because sitting in your hairdresser's chair can certainly be therapeutic. When Libra gets out of balance, it can be overly focused on the other rather than itself and on things going on outside of them. A wise and balanced Libra pays attention to what's going on within. The area of the body ruled by Libra includes the kidneys and the low back. Metaphysically, the kidneys are connected with fear. With all that mental energy, an out of balance Libra can let their mind carry them away and start creating worries. That's another good time to practice shifting to the heart and resetting to balance, inner ease, or neutral. The colors associated with Libra are those you might find in an old-fashioned rose garden, like blue, lavender, and pink. You can wear these colors during Libra season, which this year runs from September 23rd to October 23rd, or wear crystal jewelry featuring these colors, or find some other way to bring them into your space and awareness. Intentionally, using Libra colors will activate the Libra energies for you. Now, let's get ready to work on our intuition by flexing that muscle with a tarot reading practice. To prepare to access your intuition for guidance, I find two things are really helpful. First, we're going to set the stage. We're going to check in with ourselves and our hearts. Where are we at? Are we in sync with our heart and working in harmony? Or did we forget we have a heart? We will set the stage with a brief grounding and heart harmonizing technique to get in sync with our hearts and use the Libra attitude of balancing our hearts with our minds to access our intuition. So once again, focus on the area of your heart and imagine your breath flowing in and out of your heart or chest area, a little slower and deeper, with equal inhales and exhales, finding a comfortable rhythm. Think of something that makes you smile. Feel the smile in your body. Let your body soften. Let it open to receive. And ask your heart for purity and wisdom, for the most helpful guidance for this group reading. We also ask for creativity, spontaneity, humor, joy, wisdom, and imagination. When we feel our feet on the floor, we imagine that breath coming up through the ground, through the feet, up into the heart, exhaling it out of the heart, inhaling it back in through the heart and out through the third eye, which is in the center of your forehead, just above your eyebrows. Inhale it through the third eye and back down through the heart, in through the heart and up through the crown of the head to connect with your own higher self, your own guidance, your own intuition. And then allow that breath to cycle through those 4 areas one more time. Through the feet, grounding us into the heart, and out of the heart, back into the heart, out through the third eye, in through the third eye, back down to the heart, into the heart, out through the crown of the head, in through the crown of the head, and out through the heart. Another nice breath here, feeling grounded and centered and ready to access our intuition. The second thing to remember is not to overthink things as you consider the questions, which I'll be sharing in the next slide. And when you look at the cards, you're invited to simply see what you notice. Then focusing on the question, ask yourself, what is getting my attention in this moment? What details am I noticing? And how do they apply to the question? As Libra likes to ask, how does this relate to that? We could even do a reading with this image. What do you notice here? I picked this image because it was unusual. And now that I look at it and think about it, it includes all the primary colors plus black and white. I'm interpreting this to mean keep it basic. And because this is a very tall structure in comparison to the woman standing on the ground, I think it means basic is big and important. What message, if any, are you getting from this picture? What do you notice? If you're watching on YouTube, you can write a comment as to what you think this picture signifies. And if you're on the Zoom call, we can share in a minute when I turn off the recording for the tarot reading. So if you're not familiar with tarot, no worries. If you can read pictures, you can glean a personal message from the tarot cards. A tarot reading is all about what the picture means to you. And if it helps, you can imagine you're intuiting Venus in Libra, which likes to find the beauty and the balance. If Venus were looking at these cards, what would she notice? And how might she interpret them? Most of all, it's important just to soften and have some fun. See what a crazy interpretation you can come up with. There are no wrong answers. What you see and notice is perfect for you at this time. If we keep this in mind, we will easily tune into our intuition and get a message that's right for us. Reading the cards this way provides a very personal wisdom reading. That's why we do this on the call, to give all those presents that wish a chance to work with their own intuition and then share their wisdom with the group. Often, one person will see something that another person didn't see, but because that first person shared, it'll spark something in the second person that they wouldn't have noticed if the first person hadn't shared. Doing a live reading is a practice that allows us to exercise our intuitive muscle and to share our wisdom. So let's focus on the questions as I begin to shuffle the deck. The first question: why is it important for me to reset? I'm shuffling. Maybe you can hear me. Take another shuffle. And then the second question: what area of life is requiring a reset? So I'm going to pull a total of 2 cards, one for each question. The first card is, dun, 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 dun. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. Okay. And now we'll do the second card. What area of life is requiring a reset? A major arcana card, 21, the World. Wow, those are 2 significant cards. The major arcana cards are big areas of life, and it seems like the last several readings we've always had at least one major arcana card. So if you are watching, so in a moment I'm going to pause the recording, and those that are present on the Zoom call, they can participate in a group reading if they like, and then I'll turn the recording back on and we'll share how we answered these questions with all of you. If you're watching on YouTube, when you see the slide with the questions and the tarot cards, pause the recording and play along with us. What do you notice in the cards? What is jumping out at you, and how might that relate to the question? Resist Googling the images to read someone else's interpretation of what the card symbolizes. When you feel you've given your intuition a good workout and you're ready to hear what we share, resume the video and listen up. You may want to pause the video again and take another look at the cards to see if you get any further insights. Now I'm going to pause the recording. Okay, we are back. So the first question: why is it important for me to reset? And we got the Queen of Swords. And some of the things we noticed about this card were the Queen. Well, she's always doing her best. She's good at self-care. She expects to be treated with respect. And with that sword, most people that are holding a sword are treated with respect. We saw the clouds. They might be storm clouds. Maybe they're coming. Maybe they're going. We also noticed that her robe has clouds. So one of our participants noted that this probably isn't her first storm. So she knows how to reset. She can handle it. She being a sword, that the swords represent air. So for Libra season, and we said Libra was very much connected with equanimity, and this queen certainly knows how to keep her cool. And she sets the example of being harmonious so that the people feel safe and secure. And she is the queen, not the king. So she has that feminine, nurturing energy. Anybody else want to share about the Queen of Swords? We said another thing we said was the swords represent the air signs, and so the sword, she's staying positive, she's not wavering. So why is it important for me to reset? Reset to stay positive, to be strong and unwavering. We also noticed one bird up in the sky, and one of our participants said it reminded her of the Canada geese, which are now flying south, and that makes her a little sad because she knows winter's coming. So there's that migration. So from that, we gleaned that it's a good time to reset at the change of seasons, or it's important to reset during the change of seasons. And then we're going to go on to the second question, and that was the what area of life is requiring a reset? And we got the final card of the tarot deck, the final major arcana card, 21, the world. Now, Tiara, if you would like to share what you saw with that card, please unmute yourself and share what you were sharing with us.
Yes, I think the card is a reminder of how important it is to do introspection as you go through changes in life. I think the wands, I think that they symbolize your ability to create while you're going through changes. The circle to me just means that it's important to have confidence, to remain confident in whatever it is that you're going through in life as we go through changes, as we experience change. And I think that's pretty much what I saw from looking at the card.
I think you also mentioned self-esteem. We talked about the confidence and the esteem, because the having gone through reaching the final card, there's been so many experiences. So the area of life that is requiring a reset. So Tiara, you said like that, like introspection. Our the area of life is our inner life that's requiring a reset, as well as the world. I mean, the world, this is the culmination. So this, you could also say every area of life is requiring a reset. And I really feel that that is something really important to keep in mind right now, because there are so many changes happening on the planet. There are so many changes that are happening globally as well as locally and in our very own lives. And we are going to be heading into eclipse season in October. And so there'll be new changes, new events. The other thing you said, Tiara, was uh, about accepting change. You said the only thing we're promised is change, and
Yes.
our response is what do we do with the change? So
Yes.
when we're experiencing a change, that's a great area of life for requiring a reset. Yes?
Yes. That is correct. The other thing that I noticed, now that I'm just thinking back, the four corners. So
Mm-hmm.
there's the lion, there is the eagle, I believe,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The bow for
and the
Taurus
bow. Yep,
and
for Taurus.
mhm.
And so I also think that is somewhat. I think that may symbolize direction as well. So, north,
Yeah.
south, east,
Mm-hmm.
west, right? I think that
Yeah.
that's also a reminder of like where whatever path you're on or wherever you're headed, whatever direction. I think the wands is like it plays a big role in the change that you create as you navigate in whatever path you choose in life, or
Yeah.
what is calling you, right? Like what path is calling you. Um so yeah, so as we were kind of talking about it, and I had like a picture of the card
Mm-hmm.
come back up in my, come back up in my mind. And I'm like, wait a minute, but that can also mean like, the four directions are very it's very dominant on the card, that there's different, there's a different symbol. The
Mm-hmm.
lion, there's a different, you know what I mean? So I kind of feel like that's also how life is for most of us. You don't know what direction, and you don't know what direction or what will be the best direction, but to kind of start wherever you start, always have confidence. um and work on your self-esteem, do introspection, do mental check-ins. I kind of sense that that's also a big, I don't know, I think that's like another meaning of what that card
I, lo- I,
holds.
lo- I love all that you're saying here. Yes. So another way to answer what area of life is requiring a reset is when you have to choose a path, when you're seeing a new path laid down before you. Maybe it's an unexpected path or one you weren't expecting. Well, maybe that's a good time to to do a reset. Well, I think the bottom line is it's good to reset, constantly do a reset, constantly do a check-in, constantly shift to the heart and listen for the wisdom of the heart. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Is there anyone else that wanted to add anything to the discussion? I think we're pretty comprehensive, but I don't want to leave out anyone if there's anything else to add. All right. Well, thank you everyone for sharing your wisdom and your insights. And so you can see what happened. One person started talking, and then that sparked something else for another person. So that was it's a great way to practice your intuition. All right. So now let's see. I think we are ready for our final thoughts. So this is from Melody Beattie, who wrote many books on codependency mainly. And she says, letting go helps us to live in a more peaceful state of mind and helps restore our balance. It allows others to be responsible for themselves and for us to take our hands off situations that do not belong to us. This frees us from unnecessary stress. So the woman in the picture seems to have taken her hands as well as her body, for that matter, off of all situations. She is clearly hanging freely in the balance. And she's wearing this great t-shirt that says, just visiting this planet. So what does this picture have to do with Libra and the final quote? That's for you to have a little fun with and use your airy mental Libra energy to figure it out. So that's our presentation for tonight. Our next call will be on Wednesday, October 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we will go deep into the mysteries of Scorpio. I hope you can join us then. Thank you for watching. If you are watching live and have time to stay on for a bit, I'll stop the video and we can chat. And if you're watching on YouTube and you'd like to join us live next month, please visit loveyourlifeinsync.com and sign up so that you can be notified of the next call and get the Zoom invite. If you would like an astrology reading or to learn more about how your heart works and what it can do, your best stress management tool ever, your heart, please contact us. Practice shifting to the heart and resetting with balance this month. Hope to connect with you soon, and thank you again so much for watching. Wishing you a harmonious Libra month. Bye for now.